Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. We doing it. We doing it from the YouTube studio tonight, y'all. Testing 1 2. All right. Hello and welcome back to another live edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, you already know how I feel about you. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, y'all. We're doing it a little different tonight. We are doing this from the YouTube studio. So rather than StreamYard. So for different reasons. But nonetheless, y'all know it don't take anything away from the content. So let me do what's up, Green Tamarine. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, I try to clean up every now and then. You know, can't do t-shirts all the time. So thank you. What's up, Karen? Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. We got an interesting topic for you all tonight. So I'm looking forward to sharing this information. I want to tell you guys in just a moment. I'm going to wait for a few more people to join, and I may even throw a little music on here. Let me see, y'all. I have not been in this YouTube studio doing this live for a while now, so I need to make sure. First off, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. My gain looks okay on the microphone, so give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. And also, y'all know how to deal. Y'all know the deal. As you're coming in, hit that like button. And because it's going to alert more people and let them know that we're live tonight. So got some interesting topics that we're talking about. Now, let me see if I cannot manage Mistress Forgiveness. Thank you. What's up, family? Peace to you. Peace to you. Let me see. Oh, looks like they got a new, looks like they have a new feature here in YouTube Studio that will allow you to share the screen. Let me play with that for just a moment. Oh, well, look at there. YouTube Studio will allow you to share it. That is new to me. That's new to me. So guess what? I'm thinking, hang on a second. I am thinking that I won't be able to do like I normally do because I'm normally working out of StreamYard, but this is cool. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to read these scriptures to you guys and not let you see them on the screen, but it's looking like I'll be able to do that. So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with the changes in YouTube Studio. Good job, YouTube, because I know y'all be watching my videos to see what I'm going to say next. Good job. I'm not short on giving out compliments where they do, okay? All right? And to my lovely friend, Miss Rose McKnight, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We're going to get started in just a few minutes, but before we do, I need to see if I can't manage this. Let me see. Oh, they're going to let me do it while I'm live. Let's see. Nah, they're not going to let me do it while I'm live. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about switching microphones. I'm just going to get started. We got 7 people in the chat tonight. So I'm just going to start. I'm just going to roll it off, family. I'm going to roll it. I'm going to see where it's going to go. I'm not there going to say that phrase that I know better than to say, right? Which is, this is going to be a video. I don't have my crew in here that's normally checking me on that. I'm sure they're going to be on in just a minute. Y'all, let me do something real quick. I want to play around with something. I want to see if I can't bring on some music for you guys. So give me just one moment. You're watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. So give me just one moment, fam. I'm kind of geeked up because I didn't know that this platform would allow me to share my screen. They didn't used to do that. Now it looks like they will. So give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. Hang on, fam. Let's see. Okay. All right. We can get a little music going here. I need to step away for just a moment. So I'm going to see if this will let me share a slide that I have open. Hang on. I'm actually excited about this. Let's close this window. All right, so it's not going to let me do that. Let's see, where are we? Let's cancel that. And we'll get started in just a moment, fam. You're watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. Stand by. All right. I like it. It's just a test run here. Let's see what it looks like. Test run. Let's see what it looks like. Stand by. I'm excited, family. I'm excited. Stand by. All right, give me 1 second here. Let's see what it looks like. Y'all bear with me. It ain't sharing. It ain't sharing. I'm looking at it. It is not sharing. Come on, YouTube. I'm a little disappointed with y'all. Okay, so okay. Looks like I was able to do it without. Looks like I was able to do it without having to go out. So I think we're okay. Let me kill the music and let's get started. Y'all, I do apologize for the technical difficulties. So thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to share the screen. So thank you guys for hanging in there, the 5 of you that are still here. YouTube, work on your product. Work on your product, YouTube. I just gave y'all a compliment for nothing. I wasted a compliment on y'all. Come on now. Your competition can do these things without dropping or hanging up or hiccup in YouTube. So work on your product. Do y'all need to go over there to StreamYard and, lure some of their tech people away? Hire some of those other people? You say voices going in and out? All right, let's see what microphone they have me on. Can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. Not sure which microphone they got me in here. Hang on. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Oh, let's see. Okay, that doesn't work. You guys give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. And it's coming across clear. Give me a thumbs up. I'm waiting a thumbs up. Y'all give me a thumbs up in the chat. Okay. What's up, Beauty of Core Physics? I need a couple more people to give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me clear. Okay, Mistress Forgiveness. Okay, good. All right, good. So let me begin by grabbing my tablet. And I want to give you guys the inspiration for tonight's video where we're talking about the South Node, okay? We are talking about the South Node tonight, family. Give me 1 second here. I want to give you guys the inspiration. So let's do that. 1 second, family. Stand by. And do me a favor, hit that like button on your way in. It's going to let more people know that we are live, okay? Give me 1 second here. All right, so let's get there. Let's get to that. Let me show you guys the inspiration before we get started, all right? Let's see. I'm going to open up my Instagram and we're going to get started here. Thank you guys for joining. You're watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, of course, welcome back. I consider you family. Welcome back. All right. So the inspiration for tonight's video. Okay, give me a second. Yeah. All right, so now the title, the South Node. Okay, we're talking about the South Node tonight, and a lot of people want to know. Hey, we do a whole lot of talking. A lot of the astrologers that you see on the internet, they're always talking about the North Node. You don't get a lot of talk about the South Node. When you do hear it, it's like, okay, the South Node represents. Hey, what's up, Hot Shot? Thank you for joining. B Royalty, thank you for joining. You hear a lot of people say that the South Node represents the things that we're supposed to let go of, and then they just kind of drop it. All right. Nobody. What's up, Bella? Thank you for joining. Jojo Mac, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining. Yeah, okay, Jojo. Yeah, I got that one. Hello, Bella. Okay, so South Node. A lot of people, they say South Node represents the things that we're supposed to be letting go of, and they drop it. You don't hear a lot more about it at all. You hear a whole lot about the North Node, not a lot about the South Node. So again, this is one of those things where I got inspiration to do the video in the middle of the day. I was not going to do a video tonight. I wasn't going to go live. Y'all know I typically go live on Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. But with this particular thing that I saw on Instagram today, I said, you know what? I don't necessarily agree with what this astrologer said. And this is a seasoned astrologer. I follow this astrologer. I don't want to give any gender or anything like that because, well, you know what? It's okay for me to say her because it's going to be 50% of the people I watch are male and 50% of people I watch are female. So it's okay for me to say her. This particular astrologer, I will not name her or name her channel because I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody. I absolutely love her work. I'm a huge fan of her work. But in this particular post, I saw something that I did not agree with. And so I'm about to read that to you and explain to you why I don't agree with that post and letting you guys know now that was the inspiration behind what we're doing tonight. Okay. Let me begin by just reading this little snippet. It says North Node entering Pisces and South Node entering Virgo. And this is basically, some advice. It says whichever house Virgo is located inside your chart will be showing you where we want to let go of laziness and find ways to be healthily productive. Now, I've never known any Virgo to be lazy. Okay, so I can't agree with that particular write-up. It goes on to say, we will be examining this area, finding strategies that will help us create lasting results and getting the job done efficiently. Creating routines and focusing on the small details will be helpful in this area of life. Okay, that is the part I cannot agree with. First of all, this isn't the season to be focusing on what to do with the general area of life that is represented by the house that you have Virgo in. This is not the time to be focusing on that. The North Node is moving into Pisces. The South Node is in the sign of Virgo. So that's the second part of that post that I disagree with. One, lazy. Never known a lazy Virgo, ever. Anybody, if you tell me you met a lazy Virgo, I'm going to tell you they're either lying about their sun sign or you don't know what their sun sign is, okay? Virgos are one of the hardest working signs of the zodiac, period, point blank, okay? So the other part about, paying attention to details and focusing on ways we can do, we're past that. That was for 9 years ago when the North Node was in Virgo. The North Node is now in Pisces, which means the South Node is 180 degrees away in the sign of Virgo, okay? The North Node's not going to be Virgo again until 9 years from now, okay? So here's what I want to do. Here is what I want to do. I want to work from my notes tonight and just kind of roll right through. So let me begin by kind of just reading what I have for you guys with regards to the South Node in Virgo. Now, I want to start off by reading a passage of scripture. And because the screen froze the last time I tried to do it, I'm in YouTube Studio. I'm not in StreamYard like I normally am. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to share the screen. I'm just going to read it for you. For those of you that have a Bible app on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet, whatever, or you got the printed Bible and you want to read along, I'm going to start by reading Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. For those of you that are new to my channel, I want to tell you right now, I'm not, if you're looking at me like, okay, he's reading the Bible, he must be religious. I am not religious, okay? I dropped that descriptor a long time ago, okay? So don't tie me to any religion. The Bible is not a religious book. It is a spiritual book that is full of history, instruction, and prophecy that was hijacked by the religious establishment a very long time ago and refashioned into a conquest tool, aka the doctrine of control. So that ain't what I do over here. I'm here to tell you exactly what the spiritual meaning is in a lot of these scriptures and how to apply them practically to our lives, which was their original intent. It had nothing to do with reining you in and making sure you're a saint and not a sinner, and that you, if you do these things, you're going to go to heaven and not hell. So that's for my new people. Now, my regulars, y'all already know what it is. So let me open up my Bible app and read Ecclesiastes 3, chapter 3. I'm going to read verses 1 through 8. So give me just a moment. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Y'all are going to get a lot out of this, I promise you. So be prepared to take notes. But if you don't, of course, you can always refer back to this video. And what I was supposed to do that I forgot to do was hold up some sign cards that showed you which house we were in. I don't have time to do it now. So I do that to maybe I'll just hold my finger up and just kind of scan for, that'll help me with the timestamp. So I like to go back and add timestamps because some people don't want to watch the whole live stream. They kind of want to skip right to the house that they have Virgo in or whatever, so that they can just get their instruction and keep it moving. And I totally respect that and understand it. So now, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, we're going to read verses 1 through 8. Read along if you got a Bible app. For those of you that are new, I read from the King James Version. Okay? Now, here we go. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. All right. That was Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. Now, South Node in Virgo. Before I go there, I want to double back on what I said opening up, because I want some people to watch this who are watching this to perhaps glean from what you just saw me do prior to my reading the scripture. I told you guys about a particular post that I saw today in social media from a content creator whom I love. I absolutely love and adore her work. She is phenomenal at what she does. She is a phenomenal astrologer. She gives phenomenal astrological life advice. Okay? Astrological life advice. The two go together. I won't expound any more on that. However, I saw something that I disagreed with. Now, did I have the option to openly disagree in the comments underneath the video? Of course I did. But I chose not to. A couple of reasons. One of them is astrological, believe it or not. And I just thought about that tonight when I was in the shower before I got ready to come over here. Okay? I'll get to that one in a moment. But the primary reason I didn't want to is because, these content creators out here, they put a lot into what they do. And if they are good 99.8% of the time, don't go in a restaurant complaining about how horrible the food is when you eat there all the time and you've been loving that restaurant for 12 years. You go in there one day and the food is a little cold or it wasn't what you expected, and that's who mad is. I'm not going to down somebody for that. Rather than get in a long extended debate with them in the comments, which is what a lot of the detractors that come to this channel do. They want to get in the channel, they want to get in the comments and tell me I'm wrong and then make it personal. They go away from the content. It's not about the content. They make it personal, whatever. That's not what you do. Hopefully you guys will learn from the example that I just provided tonight. And that is, if you have your own platform, create a video that explains why you disagree. All right? And build your own audience. I'm not here to tell somebody that they're wrong, because guess what? Even in that little bit of instruction that I disagreed with, it might have been for somebody else. So who am I to go in there and give this person a business because they said something that I don't agree with? All right. Now, and if you're going to disagree, I'm not telling you have to be like me, but if you're going to disagree, do it respectfully. All right. I haven't had to wrestle with anybody in a while. All praises to the Most High. But if it comes up, y'all know I stay ready. Okay. Now, that being said, the astrological reason why I didn't do it has everything to do with the house that I have Virgo in and what I'm moving away from. And we're going to be talking about that tonight. Now, to move forward, I want you to, since we're talking about the South Node and with the North Node being into Pisces, keep in mind the lunar nodes, North Node and South Node, they sit on the same axis. If you're looking at a map, directly opposite the end is the S. North, directly opposite is South. So whatever sign is in the North Node, the exact opposite sign is sitting in the South Node. All right? The North Node, we have a mutable water sign. So in the South Node, we're going to have a mutable earth sign. Mutable water, Pisces, mutable earth, Virgo. Now, picture your life as driving in a car. Okay? Picture your life as driving in a car. In fact, your body is a vehicle for the soul anyway, right? So the North Node is what we see outside the windshield of that car. The North Node is what we see outside the windshield. You're driving, you should be seeing something outside the windshield unless you're driving with your eyes closed, which I hope nobody out there is doing, okay? So the North Node represents what's in front of us, what we see in that windshield, the image in the windshield as we're driving forward. All right? It's what we're driving toward, our destiny. That is why the nodes are called the nodes of destiny. Lunar nodes are called the nodes of destiny. Okay? And among other things, because they're lunar, we know that the moon has to deal with the energy of our emotions. So a lot of times what happens during the north node cycles has everything to do with emotion, energy and motion. Energy and motion is going to be either high vibrational or low vibrational. What does Matt always say on this channel, y'all? Put it in the comments. I don't even need to say it. All right. Now, so if the north node represents what we see outside the windshield of the car, then the south node represents what we see in the rearview mirror. We're always going this way. Think about when you're in the car driving. You're going this way and you're looking outside. That mirror there, that rearview mirror is there for you to look and see what's behind you. Nobody drives like this. Oh, what's that back there as they're going forward? Nobody does that. The only time you look out the back window is when you're going in reverse. And we don't go in reverse in life. Everything should be moving forward. If you're moving, the only thing that goes backwards are the planets sometimes when they go in retrograde. And with that, sometimes we move with the planets, but we're still going forward. We go back to go forward. But that's not how the north node works. North node, we're going this way. The south node, we're not turning around and looking at us, but we're observing what we're leaving behind in the rearview mirror. And the thing with that is, for those of you who drive, you know that the further you go forward, the smaller that image in the rearview mirror gets, if you're focused on one thing. And we're talking about one thing tonight, which is the south node. There's one destiny moving forward and one we're leaving behind. So if you're driving away from, let's say you're leaving your favorite fast food restaurant, okay, or whatever, you're leaving your favorite coffee shop or whatever, the sign for that coffee shop is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until you eventually don't see it anymore because you got someplace you got to go. Now, so the south node is what we see in our rearview mirror, and it represents what we are moving away from. The south node is about asking the following questions to ourselves. 1, what have I had enough of? What am I tired of? Okay, that's the south node. South node question number 1. South node question number 2 that we're asking ourselves: what is it time for me to let go of? North node is about embracing destiny, moving forward toward our destiny. South node is about letting go of something. Okay. All right. What have I had enough of? What am I tired of? That's question number 1. Question number 2, what is it time for me to let go of? South node question number 3, what does my chart say no longer serves me in this new season of my life? Okay. In this new season of my life. The lunar nodes, believe it or not, represent seasons in our lives. We talk about spring, summer, fall, winter. Those are seasons on the earth. But the lunar nodes of destiny, they represent seasons in our lives that last 18 months. Okay? 18 months, a year and a half. With 12 zodiac signs and 18 months per sign, that means the cycle for the lunar nodes is 18 years. 18 years, okay? So we're entering the north node being in Pisces right now. We're going to see the north node in Pisces again 18 years from now. Okay, that's kind of how that works. So question number 3, what does my natal chart say no longer serves me in this new season of my life? Question number 4, what heavy weights am I carrying that may prevent me from moving forward toward my destined purpose for this season of my life? What heavy weights am I carrying that may be preventing me from moving toward my destined purpose for this season of my life? It's called baggage, is another word for it. What baggage am I carrying? Okay. And then the 5th question, what can I release in order to move more efficiently in pursuit of my destined purpose? Okay. So Virgo energy, let's talk about Virgo energy. Virgo is what we're releasing. We're releasing that Virgo energy based on what house you have Virgo in your natal chart. And in just a few moments, we're going to be going through those. Now, let's talk about the Virgo energies that we need to be, releasing. One of them is, let's talk about this for a minute. And I'm not talking about the high vibrational stuff of Virgo, because guess what? You're going to keep doing that. You're going to keep doing those things. You're going to do them naturally. You're going to do them instinctively. Okay. The south node represents our overdeveloped or well-developed. I won't say overdeveloped. They represent our well-developed characteristics. Okay. So if the north node was in Virgo, I'm sorry, let me look at my chart. Hang on a second. I want to tell you guys wrong. Hang on one second. Let's see. North node calendar. I just had it up and I closed it by accident. All right. I believe it was 2015 was the last time. Let me just double check. All right. Yeah. The north node entered the sign of Virgo on November the 12th, 2015. So we've had, and it left the sign of Virgo on May 9th, 2017. So during that north node in Virgo, based on whatever house you have Virgo in your natal chart, you had a whole 18 months of energy coming from the lunar node in Virgo to develop and work on that area of your life. And then that sets you on your course moving forward. So from November the 12th of 2015 until now, you've had 9 years of developing those characteristics in that Virgo house. Guess what? It is now time to, it is moved around and it now is on the opposite side sign. So there's some things that we need to release from that Virgo energy. Some other things you're not going to release because they're high vibrational and you do them naturally and instinctively. It's just that your focus isn't going to be on them. You're going to be doing them with your eyes closed, so to speak. The entrance into the north node tells us to focus on these characteristics and applying them in our lives. Why? Because whether you have no control over it, the lunar node is casting that energy onto the earth. So whatever house you have that sign that lunar node is entering into it is going to activate that house. Okay. For example, the north node has entered into Pisces. It did so on January the 12th. My fifth house is being activated and charged by that north node. But we're not talking about the north node. I just wanted to give you guys that for an example. So we are holding on to those high vibrational things of that were activated the last time when the north node went into Virgo back in 2015. But what we're releasing is some of those shadow aspects. Okay, we're doing that so that we can make room for this fresh new Piscean energy. Okay, so now Virgo energy naturally cares about learning what the rules are and following in them. I'm gonna say that again. Virgo energy, if you Virgo sun, moon, rising, you already know this. Okay, it's built into you. Virgo energy naturally cares about learning what the rules are and then following them. Virgos are big time rule followers, okay? Unless they have a conflicting moon sign that says, nah, we ain't doing that, okay? If they got a moon sign that's pulling them in the opposite direction, then that could be a challenge for them, okay? So, but generally speaking, Virgo energy really cares about learning what the rules are and then following them. All right? On the flip, Pisces energy disregards any rules that conflict with its dreams and visions and imagination. Pisces is the dreamer. A lot of Pisces, they spend a lot of time daydreaming. They spend a lot of time in their head. They spend a lot of time fantasizing. They spend a lot of time creating scenarios like what if. All right? I got a brother. He loves doing what if scenarios. He'll call you and say, hey, what if? Be like, oh man, are we going to do this today? Really? I don't have time for it. I'm Capricorn. We care about time. I don't have time for that. But that's what they do. They were created to be visionaries, okay? So, and not in the same token as the Aquarius visionary. That's a little bit different. The Aquarius is a visionary for humanity and justice for humanity, doing the right thing for the greater collective. That's the type of visionary Aquarius is. Pisces is its own visionary. It's like, hey, what do I imagine? What do I want to see appear in my life, in my world, in my reality? That's Pisces energy. So on the converse to what or opposite to what Virgo energy is, which is about learning what the rules are and following them, Pisces energy don't care nothing about any rules. All it cares about is, what do I want to do? What do I imagine? What do I dream? What are my visions? All right. And why wouldn't it? Pisces, as the ruler of the 12th house, which bridges the gap between heaven and earth, y'all hear me say that a lot, is the one sign that can see the vision and pursue it with passion and regard for any earth originating customs. I'm gonna say that again. Pisces as the ruler of the 12th house, which bridges the gap between heaven and earth, the spirit realm and the physical realm, as I like to say, our everyday lives, people, friends, whatever, and our ancestors and angels and spirit guides and the Most High. There's a gap there. It's called the 12th house. That's where that bridge is. That's where that bridge is. Okay. So, with Pisces being the ruler of the 12th house, which bridges the gap between heaven and earth, it, of all of the signs, is the one sign that can see the vision and pursue it with passion and disregard for any rules or regulations or customs that originated on earth that might stand in the way of it carrying out its divine purpose and mission. Okay? I'm going to read a passage of scripture that illustrates or exemplifies that principle. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. This one comes from Isaiah 55 and 8 through 10 for anybody that wants to read along. Isaiah 55 and 8 through 10. Okay, here we go. Isaiah 55 and 8 through 10. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Most High. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither or there, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. And I'll go on to verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. That's Pisces energy. They get the word and they run with it. That word comes to them via their subconscious thoughts, their imagination, their dreams and visions. Everybody's got a Pisces house. Okay, whether or not you have any planets in Pisces, you might have planets that are in degrees of Pisces, which gives you a powerful Piscean energy. So I'm not going to talk about any planetary degrees tonight. I'm not talking about any planets that somebody might have in Pisces. I'm strictly dealing with the opposite sign of Virgo. But I'm telling you this to give you that contrast of what Pisces cares about versus what Virgo cares about. So I read for you Isaiah 55 and 8 through 11. Okay. Now that exemplifies what that Pisces energy is about. They get the vision and they run with it. This is why Pisces disregards earth-based rules that are out of alignment with the vision that came down to it. What did that 55 and 11 said? So shall my word be that goeth out of my mouth. It will not return to me void. It's going to do exactly what I intended for it to do. It's going to carry out exactly what I intended for it to do. That is Piscean energy. But guess what? He said, as high as the heavens, that Pisces, that water, that spirit energy, are from the earth, that Virgo grounded energy, that's how far my thoughts are from your thoughts. Why are we talking about this, Matt? Because if we don't leave behind these Virgo South Node characteristics that can hold us back, it can prevent us from operating in that fresh, new energy that came to us from spirit. Okay? So I just read for you Isaiah 55 and 8 through 11 to exemplify that principle. Now, keep in mind that Virgo and Pisces share the same axis. Pisces gets the vision, Virgo carries it out and sees it through to completion. Pisces gets the vision, Virgo carries it out and sees it through to completion. This is why Pisces is always imagining. They're always in their head. They're always downloading. They're always making up things, visions, scenarios, whatever. All right. If they're low vibrational Pisces, they might see delusions, but we're not talking about that. I'm talking about high vibrational Piscean energy. The cosmos are high vibrational. Okay. Let's just say that. Let's just say what it is. So when you're talking about the lunar node being in the sign of Pisces, you're going to get high vibrational inspiration from the divine. Now, but if Pisces gets that vision, it's Virgo that carries it out and sees it through to completion. This is why Virgos care about details. What is it? What am I supposed to be doing? Virgo is the ruler of the sixth house, which is the house of tasks, where our daily tasks live. Virgos are great at carrying out whatever the vision is. They're immutable signs. The cardinal signs are the ones that kick things off The fixed signs, they work on it. The mutable signs, they adapt and say, hey, you know what? We got to make sure this works. Something went wrong. We got to get this going. All right. That's kind of what that Virgo energy is. Pisces gets the vision. Virgo carries it out and sees it through to completion. All right. So remember, Virgos naturally rule over the 6th house of daily tasks, which is why details and even the instructions are so important to those with major Virgo placements. This is why Virgo cares about following the rules. It is very difficult to tempt a Virgo into breaking the rules. Okay? Sometimes they need to bend the rules and it works against them because everything in their energy body says, no, I'm supposed to be following the rules. Okay? But Pisces is like, nah, that rule don't work. That's not what I see. All right? That's Pisces. All right? They're mutable water, meaning water is spirit. Earth is grounded, water is spirit. So now, when the work is done and it is time for a new vision, it is time to let go of the old and proceed to the new. This is why we're talking about the Virgo South Node. Virgo has been doing the work. It's been carrying out the work, the task that it was given back in November of 2015. But when the work is done, it is time for a new vision. So that has carried out a new, that is the completion of a 9-year cycle. How about that? A lot of 9 energy out here. We're in a 9-year, and of course, all the lunar nodes progress through their 9-year cycles. It takes 9 years to get from the North Node position to the South Node position. Why 9 years? Because it takes 18 years to do a complete cycle. So from North Node to South Node is half the circle. That's why. So this is completed. This year completes a 9-year cycle of you carrying out that Virgo task energy in whatever house you have Virgo on. Now, we're going to talk about how to drop that. But I got one more scriptural reference before we get into that, and then I'm going to read some comments, okay? And then we'll get going through the houses. So this relationship between the North Node and the South Node, let me bring up a scriptural reference. Thank you all for being here tonight. Okay, let's see. That is Isaiah 43. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 43 and to verse 18. This is our direction. This is our direction for this video. Isaiah 43, beginning at verse 18, reading through 19. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I will even make a way in the wilderness. What that pretty much means is making a way in the wilderness means building a road, a path through the wilderness. If you want some real wilderness, it ain't no path, no road in there that you can walk through. It's just thicket, bushes, vegetation everywhere. So he says, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? You're going to know it. This is why I said a lot of this North Node energy, y'all, is on autopilot. But if you're holding on to these heavy weights and these heavy characteristics of the South Node energy that didn't serve us, and you're still focusing on those and not what's being presented to you, it can keep you, it can hold you down, it can keep you back. Okay. So he says here, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? Of course you're going to know it. You're going to see it. You're going to feel it. A lot of y'all are feeling this Piscean energy in these different houses that you have Pisces in right now. But if you don't let go of that South Node stuff, it can be a problem. So tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you and tell you what those South Node Virgo characteristics are that you should be letting go of. And let us be reminded of the verse from the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6, where it says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Maybe you don't know what it is that you're supposed to be letting go of. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Now, I did a video last year detailing what that new thing is based on what house you have Pisces in your natal chart. So I'm not going to go over that again. And maybe I'll drop a link in the comments at the end of this video. But few people spend ample time discussing what we should be moving away from. The other reason why I was inspired to do this video tonight. And therefore, they end up getting mired in old patterns during what is a new season with new requirements. Let me read that one more time. Okay. Few people spend ample time discussing what we should be moving away from, and therefore end up getting mired in old patterns during what is supposed to be a new season, or what is not supposed to be, and what is a new season with new requirements. This is why I had a problem with that post that I saw earlier, which inspired me. Look, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something how the universe works before we move. If that particular post does not show up in my timeline, and I wasn't in Instagram a lot on my video on my phone today. In fact, I probably would have shared that. I still will share it. I'm going to share it, but I didn't spend a lot of time on social media today. So the one time I open up Instagram and I see that post, I'm supposed to see that post, because if I don't see that, I'm not on here doing this video tonight. This is how all things work together. You see what I mean? This is how God moves, or the power or the Most High moves in mysterious ways. If I'm not looking at Instagram, I don't see that post. Okay? I do not see that post. And if I don't see that post, I'm not doing this video. So somebody needed to hear that tonight. This is how these things work, y'all. This is how they work. So, what are we moving away from during this North Node in Pisces season? First, let me say this before I get to the houses and before I read these comments. There are two primary themes that, for me, we need to be moving away from that Virgo energy does innately. Two themes. When I go through these houses, I'm going to keep these two themes in mind, and you guys can take it upon yourselves to juxtapose the description against those 5 questions that I asked in the beginning. Let me review them really quick. What have I had enough of? 1. 2, what is it time for me to let go of? 3, what does my chart say no longer serves me in this new season of my life? 4, what heavy weights am I carrying that may be preventing me from moving toward my destined purpose for this season in my life? And 5, what can I release in order to move more efficiently in pursuit of my destined purpose? So as I go through the houses, keep those 5 questions in mind, but frame them underneath these 2 themes. These are the 2 primary themes that, for me, different astrologers talk about different things. They got different things they focus on. Astrology is so big, no one person is going to be an expert on all things. You end up being an expert on the thing that you have a passion for. Okay? So, for me, the 2 primary themes that we need to be moving away from that Virgo energy does innately are these. Number 1, paralysis by analysis, baby. Paralysis by analysis. You analyzing for so long, combing over the details, going over every little fine, went over that detail 10 times, and you still like, what does paralysis do? And when you're paralyzed, you don't move. So, number 1, Virgo energy does innately that we need to be dumping in this North Node in Pisces season is paralysis by analysis. Let go of spending so much time combing through the details over and over and over again. Pisces energy, for my tarot people out here, is the Fool card in the tarot deck. It's the Fool card. What is the Fool card? It's the 0 card. It's the beginning. It's the 0 major arcana card. It represents the beginning of the journey. Okay? There are 22 major arcana. The 0 card is the first. It is the Fool card. It represents the beginning of the journey. Why is it called the Fool card? Because it's like, you know what? I'm throwing caution to the wind and I'm going out there. It can also represent birth, right? Because you don't know what you're doing when you're born. Your memory, everything that you know is strict for you to come here and play out or serve some divine purpose, okay? And as you go on in life, maybe some of these things come back to you. Maybe you're reminded of some of these things. Maybe those skills that you had in previous lifetimes start to re-emerge and come out so that you can perform whatever divine purpose that you came here to perform or fulfill, rather. All right. So it's the Fool card in the tarot deck. It's the beginning of the journey. The number 21 card, which is the 22nd card in the major arcana, is the World. It's the end of the cycle. I've done all my work. Everything's completed. It's almost like that 12th house energy. All right. Which is the bridge between heaven and earth. Number 21 card, the World. I'm done. I'm ready to check out and begin a new cycle. So what you want to do is you want to set the course and just go. Forget all of the over-analysis. Set the course and go. The basics are good enough in this season. Pisces goes with the basics. They don't care about all, okay, I need to go through here with a fine-tooth comb and work out every little detail of what needs to happen at this juncture and this juncture and this juncture of my journey. And on this day, I'm going to do this. And Pisces don't care about no color-coded tabs or nothing, no notebooks or nothing. Pisces is like, this is what I want to do. Boom, let's go. Let's go. Okay. So think about that as we go through these houses. Drop the over analysis, set the course, and go. The basics are good enough in this new season. Just take the vision and run with it. Don't worry about the details so much. Think like a Pisces. All right. And what's the second primary theme or framework for tonight's video? Worrying about what others think about the vision that came to you. That's the other part of Virgo energy that we're shedding tonight. Okay. We're in a new season. We're in a new season of our lives. We're in a new destined course. Pisces. All right. We're not going through the houses and talking about Pisces because I did that in another video. We're doing the opposite. Virgo. Where do I have Virgo in my house structure? This is going to represent what I need to let go of within the framework of paralysis by analysis and worrying and caring about what others think about the vision that came to me. Okay. Pisces manages the bridge between the spirit realm and the physical realm. If God gave you the vision, why on earth do you care about the opinions of anyone outside of you? Okay. So we're going to answer that question. We're going to answer that by understanding that the South Node has entered into the sign of Virgo, then by checking out our natal chart to see what house Virgo occupies. All right. I'm going to do that in just a moment, but I want you to keep in mind, I want you to bear in mind Luke 17:21. The kingdom of God is within you. All right. The kingdom of God is within you. So worrying about what others think about the vision that came to you? Nah. Pisces manages that bridge. Pisces energy manages that bridge between the spirit realm and the physical realm. So if God gave you the vision, why did you say, Matt, why do you care about what anybody thinks about the opinions of anybody outside of you? Well, because the kingdom of God is within you. So if you hold that vision inside of you, you ain't got time to care about what somebody else is thinking outside of you. It came to you. It's your vision. Pisces energy. Think like a Pisces. This is what I want to do. I'm laying aside everything that will prevent me from doing it. All right. No more paralysis by analysis and no more worrying about what other people think about you or what it is that you came here to do. All right. Now, so let me read some comments and then I'm going to go through these houses and then we're going to be done. Thank y'all for being here tonight. All right. Let's see. Where's my window? Okay. We got 21 people in the house. All right. So let me see what we got here. Y'all. Okay. Wow, y'all. So am I really? Jimmy said, I only hear every other word. Am I still going in and out, y'all? I do apologize for that if I am. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me better now? Just turn the gain up on the microphone. Can y'all? Testing 1 2. Hang on. I think it's this microphone, y'all. Hang on. Bella, you're saying yes, you can hear me, or yes, I'm still going in and out. Okay. All right, good, y'all. Okay. Not for me. Okay, all right. So y'all, I'll do the best I can. What's up, Secrets Released? Yeah, I'll do the best I can, family. Oh, JoJo said loud and clear. Okay, good, y'all. Good. Okay. Again, I'm doing this. I'm trying this inside of the app and not my normal So now let me get on to it. So everybody's good. Let me get on to the meat of what we're talking about here tonight. So if you have Virgo in your first house, meaning, okay, Karen said I left and came back in to fix the issue. Okay, good. Thank you for sharing that, Karen. Now, where are we at? 50, 45, first house. I'm doing that so I'll know what my markers are. If you have Virgo in your first house, AKA you are a Virgo rising, what are you leaving behind in this North Node in Pisces season? Remember, we're framing it around over-analysis and caring what others think about us. And remember those 5 questions, all right? Y'all remember those 5 questions. Go back and watch the video. Hopefully you took notes, you wrote them down. What are we letting go of, Matt, if you're a Virgo in the first house? We are letting go of over-analyzing how we appear. If you got Virgo in your first house in this new season, this Virgo South Node, you are letting go of over-analyzing how you appear, How do I appear? Do I look okay? Is anybody going to say anything about what I got on? What am I wearing? Okay. How am I coming across to people? We're letting go of that. We're letting go of that. Does that serve you? Haven't you had enough of being self-critical? So self-critical that it stifles you? Let me tell you why that's a problem for you, Virgo, in the first house. If you're Virgo rising, that means that you have Pisces in your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. So if you are worrying about how you are coming across, how you're appearing to others outside of yourself, if you got a vision for something completely new, or you've dreamed of looking a certain way, all right, fellas, you might dream of changing up your whole look. Ladies, you might dream of changing up your look. You might dream of changing up your style of dress. You might dream of presenting yourself a completely different way than how you've been. Maybe you're so critical and analytical with regards to how you're appearing. What does that mean? It could be your hair. It could be makeup. I saw a sister. There's a sister I watch, a channel I watch here on YouTube. I believe it's all seeing Isis or Oracle or something like that. I watched one of her videos and she was saying that people in the comments were talking about her makeup. You know, I dropped a comment there and said, look, your makeup looks fine. And for everybody talking bad about it, I guarantee there's probably 5 or 10 people, male or female, that love it. Okay. So I said, do your thing. You look amazing. You look fantastic. But I'm using her for an example. Hopefully, if you're watching, shout out to you. Y'all check her channel out. I always like to give credit where credit's due. You're sitting there worried about how somebody, she says, hey, I want to wear this. I'm experimenting with some different makeup looks because it makes me feel good, whatever. She's in that Pisces energy now. Okay. But I'm saying, if you have Virgo in your first house, where that can shoot you in the foot or where that can hold you back is it can hold you back perhaps from maybe attracting the type of partner, spiritual partner, because that means you got Pisces in your seventh house. Maybe you got a spiritual partner. Maybe you got a spiritual union coming in, okay? Or maybe there's some a partnership, a business partner, something that you dreamed and you imagined that you want to appear into your life, but you worrying what somebody might think about how you look or how it looks outside of you. That can hold you back from getting into the destined position that you were destined to be in a partnership. So if you're a Virgo in the first house, you got to punt. You got to get rid of it. You got to say, you know what? I'm tired of y'all caring about how I look. Y'all been caring about how I look I've been caring about how I look for the last 9 years. I'm not people pleasing anymore. Take it or leave it. This is me. This is how I see myself, and I'm going to present myself that way. Boom, I'm going. And you know what that's going to do? That is going to open the door and going to accelerate and make it easier for you to enter into that Piscean energy in your seventh house. Pisces is activating your seventh house of partnership. But if you are holding on to that analysis, paralysis of your first house, which is your house of appearance, that's your I am statement. I am. Your first house is your I am statement. So are you still combing over the details of who I am and who people think I am, because it's about how we appear to others, it could perhaps affect you in your house of partnership and keep you from getting any business or personal partnership that you want to be in, business or relationship. Could be a significant other, could be a spouse, whatever, that is destined for you in this season, but you're holding yourself back because you're worried about what somebody might say about me, what they're going to say about me. Fellas, you might have a new business you want to get into. Man, what they going to say about you might have been wearing dreadlocks for the last 9 years and you want to cut your hair, but man, what they going to say if I cut my hair, man? What they going to say about me? Man, I want to get this new whip, even though that's kind of second house. But if that whip helps you with your self-esteem and how you appear, then, well, man, are they going, man, what? They might think I'm a drug dealer or something, man, if I get this car, man. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I cut my dreadlocks off? Should I not? Should I grow some dreadlocks or no? Should I wear this ankh? I'm not a first house Virgo, but you know, when I got that ankh, I just put it on because I don't care what y'all think about me. I don't care what y'all say about me. If I got something I got to do, I'm in my season of my life, being a spiritual being, having a human experience, I don't give a Ron's with truck what you think about me. All right? That's the energy you need to be in, Virgo first house, in this season. So those are the things that you're letting go of. I would bet money that you are sick and tired and have had enough of caring about what people think about you or overanalyze. Some of y'all Virgo first houses, some of y'all are late to places because you're changing clothes 4 or 5 or 6 times because you're thinking about, okay, how am I going to look with this outfit on? You're running late for meetings and stuff like that. Let it go. What is it time for me to let go of? All right. That's Virgo first house. Now, if you have Virgo in your second house, number 2, this is 5704. If you have Virgo in your second house, you are letting go of, remember what we're juxtaposing everything against. All right. Remember, we're looking at those two themes, paralysis by analysis and worrying about what others think about the vision that came to you. All right. So maybe you have overanalyzed your finances. Man, I want to do this thing right here, but I got to put this money right here. I got to put this over here. Or maybe you're just overanalyzing the paralysis by analysis. Or maybe you for the last 9 years have worried about what others might think about your material possessions. All right. But guess how that's going to affect you? With Pisces sitting in your 8th house, the 8th house is the house of transformation of other things. I always like to look at transformation, but in this particular example, the 8th house is about shared resources. All right. The second house where your Virgo sits is about what's mine. The 8th house is about what's ours. If you are still spending time on what's mine, this is my, do I want to share this right here? Do I want to, what should I be doing with this? What are they going to think about me if I go over here and share what I have with these people or this group or this thing? What are they going to think about me if I go out and buy it? It's time to let that go. It's time to let that go. If the 8th house is about shared resources, if you are sitting there caring about what people think about your acquisitions or your possessions, how are you going to share it with somebody else? How are you going to share new experiences that have to deal with spiritual energy, right? Pisces is the spiritual energy. As high as the heavens are from the earth, that's how far my thoughts are from yours. Start thinking like an 8th house Pisces and think less like a 2nd house Virgo. Let that go. Let go of overanalyzing your resources. If earth grounded energy, if you're still holding on to resources and overanalyzing them, guess what? You can't be in that sharing energy. Everybody, if you know a Pisces if you know a Pisces and you know that they love to share, put a thumbs up in the chat. Every Pisces I know will give you stuff that you didn't even ask for. You're like, why did I get? Well, I had a vision that you needed this. My brother has bought me so many things that I didn't know I needed. And then when I got it, I'm like, wow, I didn't even know I needed this. I got a brother that's a Pisces, does it all the time. Me and my dad talk about it. He's like, yeah, your brother bought me da-da-da. I don't know where I'm going to put it. That's Pisces, all right? The 8th house is about shared resources. But guess what? If you're in that Virgo 2nd house energy, it may prevent you. The 8th house is also the house of inheritance. So guess what? Maybe you got a spiritual inheritance that you're blocking because you're overanalyzing. Now, if the 2nd house is where our possessions live, guess what? It may be time to let go of some of these possessions. You're holding on to them. You can't get something that is going to be bigger and better for you. That's a shared resource. Maybe you don't even get an inheritance because you're too busy worried about what somebody thinks about what you have. Maybe you can't get that spiritual inheritance. Maybe the Most High can't give you that thing that you had coming to you that was destined to appear in your life. 8th house, I'm dealing with the inheritance part of it. Maybe you can't get that because you are still in that worrying about others think what you already have or overanalyzing. What's going to happen if I get this thing? I know the vision that came to me for what it is that I'm going to be getting as my inheritance. But once I get this inheritance, it's mine now, 2nd house. What are people going to think about me once I get this? It's time to let that go. It's time to let that go. I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody that's got Virgo in their 2nd house. I know I am. Okay, that's the 2nd house. Now, we're at 10120, 3rd house. 3rd house. If you have Virgo in your 3rd house, it is time for you to stop overanalyzing things that you are learning, or things that you have wanted to learn, or things that you've added to your learning catalog over the last 9 years. Okay. Third house is the house of learning. It's also the house of communication. So if you got Virgo in your third house, it's time to stop over analyzing your words. You can't even send an email. It's taking you an hour to send an email that should have taken you 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Taking an hour and a half, 2 hours, all day. You combing, you scrambling, scratching your head, your mind over. If I say this the wrong way, then they're gonna think this. No. What's happening is, if you're doing that, Virgo in the third house, then guess what sits opposite the third house? You got Pisces, North Node, in the ninth house. Maybe Pisces. Look, if the third house, which is ruled by Gemini, is a student, then and the learner, then the ninth house is the teacher. So maybe you are holding up your destiny to go and travel and speak and teach. You're learning in the third house, you're teaching in the ninth house. Okay? Maybe you are holding up your teaching some divine revelation that you received, because you still in that Virgo third house energy of overanalyzing and being overly critical of your own words and your own communication. All right? Stop worrying about what others think about you. Stop worrying about what people think about the vision that came to you. Be that dreamer. Whatever those ninth house dreams are, go for it. But you got to let go of those things that no longer serve you, that have to deal with Virgo energy. What does my chart say no longer serves me in this season of my life? If you got Virgo in the third house, then overanalyzing your words, your speech, how you express yourself to others, it's time to let that go. The high vibrational stuff, keep doing it. Keep doing it. But the low vibrational stuff, stop, drop it. It's time to let it go. Hang on. Says your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. Stand by, y'all. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. Got an unstable connection. Y'all thumbs up if y'all can still hear me. Aya said I need a chart. There's some free natal chart. Well, before I continue, tell me if you got. Okay, it looks like the connection is stabilized. So, but you know what I think I'll do here, y'all? I'll stop between each house and then look at questions. That way, I'm not running all the way back through the end. Okay, so good. Thank you. All right, so we're good. We're good. Now, let me see where we are. What would it be like to have? Let's see. All clear. Okay. So dealing with Aya's comment, she said, I need a chart. Aya, you can go to Cafe Astrology, or you can go to AstroSeek to get a free natal chart calculator. What I'm doing right now requires you to know what time and city you were born in. Everybody knows what their birth date is. Most people know what city they were born in, but not everybody knows what time you were born. If you do not know what time you were born, you're not going to know what house you have Virgo in. You're not going to know what house you have Pisces in. You're not going to know what house you have any of these signs in. So keep that in mind, okay? So yeah. That is one way that if you got your, your time you were born, just go to Cafe Astrology or Astro-Seek, okay? Let me put that in the chat. Okay. All right. Now, so back on. We're caught up. So that was the third house. It is timestamp 105:35. If you have Virgo in your fourth house, it is time for you to stop overanalyzing your emotions. We've been talking a lot about emotions right now because we have Mars in the sign of Cancer, which Cancer rules over the emotions. It rules over home and family. I'm dealing with the emotions right here for the fourth house. If you have Virgo in your fourth house, then it is time for you to stop overanalyzing your emotions. Okay? Feel it and move on. Don't sit in it too long. I tell y'all all the time, especially if it's a low vibrational emotion. And one of the things that Virgo energy is known for doing is worrying. I just talked about that. And I'm not talking about, I know I got a lot of Virgos that watch me. Virgos, I am not picking on y'all, okay? We're fixing the problems because everybody's got Virgo in their chart somewhere. So we're fixing the things that we need to let go of. Okay, that's all I'm talking about. Virgo's a phenomenal sign. They hold it down for everybody. I love Virgos. We're talking about the stuff that we need to let go of. If you have Virgo in your 4th house, stop over analyzing your emotions. Okay, stop over analyzing. If you want to know why you feel a way, this is why I always tell you guys, print out that vibrational frequency chart, put it someplace where you can see it many times a day. I'll put mine on my refrigerator and always check in with your emotions. What emotion am I currently in right now? And then what emotion do I want to be in? If it's something that's below that midline, why am I in this emotion? Figure out why you're in it, deal with it, and then move and then get out of it. Why am I in this emotion that's below the midline? How did I get in this emotion? Where do I want my emotions to be? Boom, go do it. Go do it. Don't sit in it too long. This person, a lot of times what gets Virgos in a certain type of emotion, the sign of Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is all about communication. So what tends to get Virgos in a certain type of way, feeling a certain type of way, is words, what somebody said to them. That's the number one way to get a Virgo. What did somebody say to me? Because they care about words. Why? Virgo and Gemini both do. The difference with Gemini is the masculine representation of Mercury. Virgo is the feminine representation of Mercury. So that masculine representation of Mercury, that Gemini energy don't care. Virgo cares, but they have to care because of what they were created to do. Okay, they're fixers, so they have to care. Words matter to them. Words matter to Gemini too, but not as much. Not as much. Gemini got them 2 twins. They can toss it back and forth. All right, they can toss it the nice twin or mean twin. A nice twin. What was he saying? Was he trying to get me lit? Cause I get lit. No, man. Calm down. No, he wasn't trying to get you lit. Oh, you better tell me something. That's Gemini. Oh man, I ain't even worried about what he said. That's small. That's Gemini. Virgo, like, why would they say that? Like, why did they say this one word right here out of the 5,000 word soliloquy? Why did they say this one word? Let that go, because that can get you in some low vibrational emotion. Okay. Not just that, Virgo rules over home. I'm sorry, not Virgo. The 4th house rules over our home and our family. So if you're over analyzing family issues, or you are in the energy of worrying about what the vision that came to you, okay, worrying about the vision that came to you for your career, which is opposite in that 10th house. Okay, if you got Virgo sitting in your 4th house of home and family, you got Pisces sitting in the 10th house of public and career. So if you've got a vision for what type of career you want to have, well, guess what? If you're worrying what others might think about how you might have to leave home. You might have to leave home to go and pursue this new career. But if you're worrying about what somebody might say about how you manage in your home life, it might prevent you from getting this destined career. Remember, the North Node is about our destiny. So if you're worrying about what somebody might say or think, or how somebody might look at how you're spending less time at home now and more time at work, then that's going to keep you at home when you're supposed to be going for this destined career that you have, with your Pisces being in the 10th house and the North Node in Pisces activating your 10th house of career. That's the other thing. All right. So don't get out of it. Get out of it. Stop. Get out of that. Okay. Well, I need to get on and go pick up this new career. But how's this going to get taken care of? And didn't he say he takes care of the birds of the fowls of the air and the beasts of the field? Don't worry about that. It's the vision that came to you. Pisces energy, it rules over the 12th house, which is the bridge between heaven and earth. So if the Most High gave you the vision for your career, Pisces in the 10th, then don't let that paralysis analysis of 4th house matters stop you from getting to your destiny. Lay aside those heavy weights that do so easily beset you and run your race. That's Hebrews 12:1. It wasn't talking about running a physical race. It was talking about living your life. Your race is your life, your soul contract. What did I come to this earth to do? Where it says lay aside those heavy weights, it's typically people, either people or thoughts that could weigh us down and keep us from reaching our destiny. So that's if you have Virgo in your 4th house. Paralysis of analysis by what somebody might think or say about how you're dealing with your family as you're going for your destined career. You got Pisces across in the 10th house, okay? Or worrying about You know, what's somebody going to think about my career? Well, I better stay home. I better not go get that job. I better stay at home. It could cause you to miss the boat and perhaps miss a bigger blessing that could allow you to be a bigger blessing to your family. Remember that 10th house is ruled by Capricorn. Capricorn and Cancer have the same thing in mind. The 4th house is ruled by Cancer. They both want to do for family, but Cancer takes care of the inside of the home. Capricorn takes care of the outside of the home. So if you got Pisces in that 10th house, which is ruled by Capricorn, you got to say, hey, you know what? Mama got the house. I got to go get this bag and bring it back home. Everybody going to be happy once I get this bag and bring it home. All right. So that was Pisces. I'm sorry. That was Virgo in the 4th. These we're letting go of. All right. It's 1-12-12. Pisces, Virgo in the 5th. If you got Virgo in your 5th house, where's the 5th house? The 5th house is where our passions live. It is where our creativity lives. It is where our romantic feelings live. Okay. It is where our self-confidence lives. All of these are 5th house energies. If you have Virgo in your 5th house, then you need to let go of the paralysis by analysis with regards to your creativity. You need to let go of your paralysis by analysis of things. You need to let go of worrying what others think about you and what is important to you. Okay? Let go of that. Let go of that. Why? Because you have Pisces sitting across in your 11th house of group partnerships, group memberships, group think, the greater collective. If you have Virgo in your 5th, you have Pisces in your 11th. All right. So maybe there is a new vision that you have, or a vision that was downloaded to you on something that you need to do for the greater collective. Something that requires you to infuse that new spiritual energy and that vision that you have into some group that you're passionate about. Okay. Some group that you want to help to expand or help to achieve things. But guess what? If you got Virgo sitting in your 5th house, okay, your 5th house of your passions, what's important to you, Virgo energy is also about daily tasks. So you may be spending so much time in daily tasks and things that are important to you that it prevents you. Remember, Virgo rules over daily tasks too. So you may be spending so much time on your own passions with that Virgo energy. Hey, let me create some new daily tasks that are about my passions and my creativity and what it is that I want to do, that you miss the boat with that 11th house Pisces energy. So those are some of the things you want to let go of. Let go of what people are going to say about perhaps you no longer. Oh man, you know what? Man, they were working hard and these creative projects that they were doing, man, they had their artwork out there. They were doing this thing right here. They were putting music out. Man, they gonna let that. Man, how you gonna let that go, man? How you gonna let that go? Talking about you want to go work with United Way, or you want to go do some stuff, or you want to go overseas and work in some NGO and help out overseas or something like that. Man, how you gonna do? Man, who gonna pick up these projects you've been working on? Oh, you know what? You got a point, man. Maybe I don't need to go over there. Nah, let go of that. Let go of that. Let go of that. I'm not saying that you always going to have Virgo in your 5th house, okay? So you always going to be detail oriented about your passions and your creative projects, all right? You're always going to be detail oriented about your romantic life or whatever. But guess what? If you got a vision for something to do with the group, maybe the Most High wants you to be a freedom fighter. Maybe the Most High wants you to take that creative passion and now go and infuse it into some group that is doing something for somebody outside of self. You can't do it if you're holding on to daily task oriented. Okay, what do I want to do next? What do I want to do? What's important to me? And all of this analysis of that. No, get in that Pisces 11th house energy and leave that part alone. Because if you don't, it could keep you from your activity over there. The 5th house is also about, that's Leo energy. That's also about the spotlight. Guess what? That your passion for these projects over there could get you in the spotlight, and you didn't even want to be in there. And you know what? This group could not have been successful without the participation of Sally or John or whatever your name is. Okay, so that's if you got Virgo in your 5th house. if you have Virgo in your sixth house, which is the natural ruler of the sixth house, it is time for you to stop overanalyzing your daily tasks and you're being, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be grounded, but if all you care about is being grounded and all you care is about making sure that you look good and make sure that hey, this is my daily routine. I got to focus on my daily routine. I got to focus on, now I ain't got time to dream. I ain't got time to dream. If you got Virgo in your sixth house, then you have Pisces. Your 12th house is being activated by this North Node. So maybe the Most High wants you to step into a new realm of spirituality. Maybe he wants to give you double or triple, especially in this season we're in the world right now. Maybe he wants to give you double or triple information and visions with regards to something that you can help to bridge the gap between heaven and earth. Maybe you're a natural medium or a natural. If you got Pisces sitting in your 12th house, you're a natural medium and a natural psychic. Okay, but guess what? If you are so stuck and grounded and you ain't got time to go meditate, meditation is a 12th house activity. I don't know if you knew that. Meditation is a 12th house activity. Who rules over the 12th house? Pisces. Okay. Meditation is a 12th house activity. So if you are so grounded in your daily tasks that you can't take time to, or so into your daily tasks that you can't take time to go and meditate, then you're not going to be able to get that vision. You're stuck. You're stuck in old energy. Remember, I read Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. I'm going to read it again before we get off of here, just to nail it in. I started with it. I'm going to end with it, just to nail it in. You can't get those visions. You can't get that spiritual upgrade. Some of y'all came to this earth. Some of y'all were born with spiritual gifts. Some of y'all were born with spiritual gifts. Maybe you're supposed to leave that work for a little while and go on some spiritual retreat somewhere. But if you're worried about somebody talking about you, hey, what you doing? Look, I know that this is scorpionic. I'm going to say this anyway. Sometimes you got to keep your moves in silence. Don't be out here telling everybody what it is. Hey, I think I want to go on this spiritual retreat. Really? Well, what about this daily thing that you do? Did you think about that? Like, did you really? I know you're analytical. Did you really analyze that? Those are some things that you need to think about, consider, and let go, leave behind in this new Pisces North Node season if you have Virgo sitting in your sixth house. If you are so focused on daily tasks and work and things of that nature, you can't get that vision. You can't get that vision. Okay? All right? Now, moving on. Where are we? Okay, it is, let me make sure I'm good. Bella said them Gemini is something else. Okay, all right, so here we go. We are at 119.50. If you have Virgo in your seventh house of partnership, that means you're a Pisces rising, okay? That means you're a Pisces rising. If you have Virgo in your seventh house of partnership, it is time for you. This Pisces North Node, you're focusing on, you're getting in touch with yourself. First house is the house of self, how you appear, who you are. That's what Pisces is activating. Pisces is activating your first house in this season. So if you have Virgo in your seventh house, you are so into daily tasks and routines with regards to your relationships and your partnerships that you don't focus on yourself in a season where the North Node is activating your house of self. You got to be tired of it. It was fresh and new 9 years ago, but over the course of 9 years, the burden has gotten heavier and heavier. Stop looking. You could listen. If you focused on, if you're supposed to be focused, if the North Node in Pisces wants you to focus on yourself and it is activating your first house of self, and you're getting spiritual information about who you are, and there's maybe a new vision that you have for yourself with that Pisces North Node in the first house, or with that Pisces in the first house, if that's what you got going on, if that's you, if you're a Pisces rising, you got to stop putting so much analysis in what does my partner think? Is my partner okay? Is my relationship going to be okay? Is my spouse going to be okay? Is my business partnership going to be okay if I start focusing on myself? Let that go. Let that go. What are they going to talk? Are they going to start talking about me if I spend less time worrying about their needs and more time focusing on my own? If they're a good partner, if they're a righteous partner, they're going to be like, yo, babe, go get it. If it's a husband, if it's a wife, yo, whatever, babe, go get it. Do that. Knock that out. I support you. I support everything you're trying to do. I support everything that you're trying to do. Go for it. If they're a good one. If they're a bad one, they're going to be working on you. What you mean you focused on yourself? I got needs. I got needs. Fellas, I know some of y'all in some relationships like that. All right? And then you're like, well, I don't want her to think I ain't. That's Virgo energy. That's that shadow side of Virgo energy. Worrying about what somebody might think. Worrying about what they might say. They haven't even said it yet. This is what I talked about in that video that the platform shot down back in the summer. These are some of the themes I was talking about. You're worried about what somebody might say or what somebody might think. That's analysis paralysis right there. You have paralysis by analysis. You're worrying about what somebody might think. Remember, Mercury, which is the ruler of Virgo, rules over the conscious mind, our conscious thoughts too. Pisces is subconscious. Virgo and Gemini is conscious. So you thinking about, man, I don't want my partner to think I don't like them anymore, but I just have this pulling. That North Node pulls on you. That North Node activates whatever house you got that matching sign in, whether you like it or not. You got no control over it. You have no control over it. That North Node is here to activate that house. You have no control over it. Okay? So you're going to have a pulling. You're going to have a pulling to start focusing on yourself. If you've got Virgo in your 7th house, you're going to have that natural pulling to focus on yourself. Why? Because the North Node is in Pisces and it's activating your 1st house. So don't worry about what somebody might think or might say. Focus on you. Let go of the over-analysis of what your partner might think or what they might say, or doing too much busy work to make sure the partnership is okay. You've done that for the last 9 years, okay? If you have Virgo in your 8th house, which is your house of shared resources, your house of transformation, then guess what? That means you have Pisces sitting in your 2nd house. Now, the 8th house is naturally ruled by Scorpio. What do we know about the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio is a very sacrificing sign. It's a very sacrificing sign. It'll sometimes sacrifice itself for the good of its partner. Why? Because it rules over the 8th house, and the 8th house is the house of our things. The 2nd house is the house of my things. The 8th house is the house of our things. So if you have Virgo sitting in your 8th house, that means that you have Pisces sitting in your 2nd house, and this North Node is activating your 2nd house of your material possessions and your values. Well, guess what? If there's some spiritual increase in what is valuable and important to you, the things that you hold near and dear, it could be money. It could be material possessions, anything of that nature. Guess what? You're blocking your own visions with regards to what your 2nd house activity should look like. What do I want to acquire for me? I've been pouring into the partnership and our things for so long. What do I want to acquire for me? I've been acquiring this for us over this last 9-year cycle. What do I want to acquire for me now? But guess what? If you're worrying about what your partner might say, you want to get something for yourself? All right? You want to get something for yourself? What about us? That 7th house bleeds into that 8th house, because the 7th house is the house of partnership. The 8th house is the house of shared resources. The 2nd house is the house of solo resources, mine. 2nd house, mine. 8th house, ours. So if you got Virgo sitting in your 8th house, get out of that. Get out of that. It's time for you to stop. I'm not saying stop pouring into your shared resource pool. I'm not saying that it's time for you to stop focusing on the details of your transformation, your personal transformation, or any of that. That's not what we're dealing with. We're looking at what's opposite. That 2nd house is the house of things we value, our material possessions. Guess what? If you focused on the details or worrying about what somebody might think about the vision that you have for what you want to acquire, it can hold you back. So stop it. Let it go. Let it go. You've poured into that our stuff for the last 9 years. Let this North Node in Pisces give you that spiritual communication with regards to something that it is time for you to receive. Okay? That's if you have Virgo sitting in your 8th house. We're talking about the South Node in Virgo, y'all. Things that we're releasing, things that we're looking at go further and further away from us in our rearview mirror as we go toward our North Node destiny. With the North Node being in Pisces right now. Okay? Now, if you have, this is 12717, if you have Virgo in your 9th house, okay? If you have Virgo in your 9th house, we just talked about that. That's that higher learning, that higher philosophy, that house of travel, okay? That house of foreign affairs, that house of freedom and expansion. And you know, if you got Virgo there, then you've been working on the details and the daily tasks that have to deal with your expansiveness and things that you want to get. I mean, that 9th house is ruled by Jupiter, so it's about expansion and getting big. You know what? You can't just keep getting big, 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 and big. It's like you can only fill your lungs up with so much air before you have to exhale. It's okay to go ahead and exhale. It's okay to come in off the road. It's okay to come in off the road. All right? Maybe there's a class or something. Maybe there's something that you want to do. Maybe there's something that you want to learn. Maybe you want to, maybe you're getting maybe you're getting some, I don't want to say spiritual communication and confuse it with the 12th house, but we're talking about Pisces. Pisces is the energy of new, fresh. It's like I said, it's like the Fool card in tarot. It's an energy of new endeavors. Maybe you have new endeavors with regards to communication. Maybe you want to write a book or something, but you're too busy over there in that 9th house activity. You're always on the go. You're always on the go. Sagittarius energy, 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius. You're always on the go. Hey, what I want to do next? I'm planning this. I'm organized. Virgos are planners. I'm organizing my next trip. Okay? Maybe it's time to, if it's getting in the way of something that you have to do with regards to that 3rd house, maybe you need to spend more time with your siblings or something. I don't know. That 3rd house is the house of siblings as well. So that was a little bit trickier placement. It's a little bit trickier placement, but figure out, and here's where I'm going to send you back to that list of 5. What 9th house activity have I had enough of? All right, let it go. Are you tired of teaching? Are you tired of traveling? See, this is why I gave y'all some different tools. This is why I gave y'all different tools to begin with, because in them trickier ones, you go back to them 5 questions. What have I had enough of with regards to the 9th house? If you got Virgo in the 9th house. Am I tired of foreign affairs? Maybe I'm tired of that. Let it go. If you're tired of it, let it go, because it could be preventing some Piscean energy from entering your 3rd house. It could be holding you back. What is it time for me to let go of? Use that Virgo energy to analyze those. That's good. That's a good way to use that Virgo energy across the board. Use that Virgo energy to analyze, do some self-analysis. What have I had enough of? What is it time for me to let go of with regards to this 9th house energy? I got Virgo on my 9th house. Maybe it's time for me to come off the road. Maybe Virgo rules over health as well. It rules over matters of health. If you got Virgo in the 9th house, maybe you've been on the road doing Doctors Without Borders or something. And maybe that is wearing you down. Maybe you want to come back home and learn. Maybe you want to come back. Maybe you've been teaching so long abroad, you want to come back home and learn. Or maybe you just want to come home and chill. Who knows? Okay. What am I tired of? What have I had enough of? What does my chart say no longer serves me in this new season in my life? It's going to be in that 9th house. Go look up what lives in the 9th house if you don't know all of them. I don't have time to go through all of them. Okay. What heavy weights am I carrying that may be preventing me from moving toward my destined purpose in this season of my life? My destiny is my Pisces in the 3rd house. What am I carrying with this Virgo 9th house energy that is a heavy weight now, that is wearing me down and keeping me perhaps from engaging in some 9th house activity? Okay. 9th house is the house of the teacher. The 3rd house is the house of the student. Okay. All right. That's just one example. What can I release in order for me to move more efficiently in pursuit of my destined purpose. If you got Pisces in the third house, I guarantee you that house of communication is being activated. And there's something in the way of communication that it is that you want to do. You've been given some vision or some download that has to deal with communication if you have Pisces in your third house. Don't let ninth house Virgo daily tasks and activities keep you from that or slow you on that, because it can also slow you down. Remember, I told y'all life is all about timing. This is why when you see these near-death experience videos, when people are being graded in their life review, they're getting this information like, hey, you didn't do a good job of this. We can send you back there. You're not all the way dead, okay? Yeah, this little accident happened, and on Earth, you've been gone for 3 minutes. I know it seems like an eternity where you are, but on Earth, you've been gone for 3 minutes. They're working on you right now, trying to revive you. What do you want to do? Here's what you didn't do so well. You can go back there. Your life will re-enter into your body, and you can pick up where you didn't do so well, or you can just stay here, and they'll see you dead on Earth, and then you got to be born again and start all the way over and go through every other thing that you went through just to get to the point of failure so you can get right back to where you are right now. How you want to do it? You see these repeating themes on these near-death experience videos. All right? So don't let that ninth house always got to be on the go, Virgo energy. That's Sagittarius energy, but if you got Virgo in the ninth house, you're always on the go doing something. You're always on the go doing some task, or you're doing some health something related away from home. You're traveling for health purposes. Maybe you're a traveling nurse. Maybe you've been a traveling nurse for the last 9 years, and you finally ready to like, look, I'm ready to hang up my hat with this traveling nurse thing. I want to just maybe get a job here local and work on something that it is that I need to. Pisces, this Pisces North Node is activating your third house, and it's going to tell you what it is that you want to do or that you need to do. Okay. I don't know why the spirit had me spend so much time in that ninth house, but I just go with the flow. All right. That was the ninth house. If you have Virgo in your 10th house, okay? If you have Virgo in your 10th house of career, guess what it's time to let go of, baby? It is time for you. If you got Virgo in your 10th house of career, that means you got Pisces activating your house, 4th house of home and family, and your feelings, how you feel about things. All right? That's what Pisces, so you're getting spiritual downloads that are enhancing your feelings, and you're getting new visions about how you want your home life to look, how you want your family life to look. You're getting visions about that right now. Some of y'all are being activated. You don't even know why you have an uptick of home energy if you got Virgo in your 10th house. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. It's because the North Node is moving into Pisces, and you got Pisces in your 4th house. So the North Node is activating your 4th house of home and family. So guess what you got to let go of if you got Virgo in the 10th house? You got to let go of, man, I need to be at work doing this. I got to be at work doing this. Always got to be at work. I ain't got time to be at home. I got to be at work. I got to be at work. You've been in that mode since 2015. You've been in that mode since 2015. I know I'm talking to somebody. I know a few 10th house Virgos. I know a few of them. All right. If you're a Sagittarius rising, you're a Virgo in the 10th house. I know a few of them. It's time for you to get out of this mode of I always got to be at work. The Most High is trying to give you a new vision for your home. You can't do it if you're always at work. And guess what? You're not gonna get there if you're worried about what somebody said. Man, look at that. Man, that brother looked like he just dropped his career, man. Man, how you gonna make money? Yo, man, you gonna do that? You gonna leave that on the table, man? I didn't tell you to quit work. I'm just telling you, a paralysis by analysis can keep you from that home life. You still on this. That Virgo energy wants to keep, that South Node wants to keep you in the office when the North Node is carrying you home. The North Node is like, go home, do this in your home. You can't find that balance. There's two fish. That Pisces is two fish. It's a mutable sign. Find that balance, but do not get in the way of some. Listen, if the Most High is activating your house of home and family, he's probably doing that because he wants you to rest, because you've been working your ass off for the last 9 years. Take your ball and go home. Yeah, keep working, but spend less time there and more time here. I got something I'm trying to show you for your home life. You can't see it because A, you're still too busy in your daily tasks that have to deal with the 10th house, or B, to see this vision. You're too busy. You're doing too much busy work to stop and meditate, which is a 12th house Piscean activity, to get the vision that I have for you for home. And you sitting there crying, Most High, I'm tired, Most High. Most High, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't get no rest. I'm tired. The North Node is activating your house of home and family. And you cannot properly receive the vision if you over here. You tired? Well, go home. I'm activating your house of home and family. All right? You've done a great job for the last 9 years. I'm activating your house of home and family. Well, Most High, if I do that, then what they going to say about me? What they going to say about me, Most High? I mean, people so used to seeing me at work all the time. What they going to say about me? I know they go, especially my ladies, especially my ladies, the female Virgos, y'all have it a little bit worse than the male Virgos, especially my ladies. Well, they're gonna say, man, that girl she just fell off. Look at her. She just fell off. Let it go. Let it go. That's if you have Virgo in your 10th house, okay? And there's some other themes. I don't have time to go through all of them, okay? If you have Virgo in your 11th house, if you have Virgo sitting in your 11th house of humanitarianism, the groupthink, okay, the greater collective. If you got Virgo sitting in your 11th house, that means you got Pisces sitting in your 5th house. It's time to let go of the details part of this, your group activities. It's time for you to stop trying to be Superman. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is that's Superman energy. That's Superwoman energy. Hey, we're going to make sure this works for everybody. They're the justice, but they want to fight for justice for everybody. And if you got 11th house Virgo, you're good at that. You're gonna pay attention to them details. But that Achilles heel is also, you're going to care about what people in groups think about you. You're going to care what people in groups think about you. Some of y'all that have Virgo in your 11th house, you've noticed that you've slowly been trimming back your group participation, be it online, out in different communities, any social clubs, any groups you've been a part of. You've noticed that you've been slowly trimming them back, and you didn't even know why. It's because the North Node has been moving into the sign of Pisces, which is pulling you away from that. But guess what? If you got Virgo in your 11th house, then you got Pisces sitting in your 5th house of your passions. What's important to you? That 11th house is what's important to everybody. That 5th house is what's important to me. If it's Pisces energy, Pisces activating your 5th house, what visions do I have for my passion projects? What visions do I have for things that I want to compete in for me? In that 11th house, you're competing against the world for the world. If you've got that 5th house says, I'm competing for my own satisfaction and my own enjoyment. Guess what? You're getting a spiritual vision for what it is. Okay? That 5th house is where romance lives. If you got Pisces in your 5th house, you could be talking about some sort of spiritual revelation about something romantic or whatever. Maybe you've been spending so much time giving yourself to groups that the Most High is now ready to give you something in your house of romance. Okay? Hey, you know what? Enough of that. I got some over here for you. But you can't get it because you're worried about what people might say or think about you in groups. What the collective is going. What's the world going to say about me if I go in this direction right here? What's the world going to think about this creative inspiration that I got that I need to put out? Because guess what? It came from heaven, and the scripture said, as high as the heavens are from the earth, that's how far my thoughts are from yours. So this thing will look completely foolish to the outside, but we're forgetting the scripture that says God is taking the foolish things of this world to confuse the wise. You worried about the wise folk of the world when God trying to confuse them and show them they ain't as wise at all. They ain't got no wisdom. All wisdom comes from him. Okay? So if you got Pisces sitting in your 5th house, you're in that season now where you're getting divine inspiration for creativity. He may be trying to give you a 5th house is the house of children. He may be trying to give you a child. If you're in childbearing age, okay? But you can't do that if you're spending all this time in groups. Virgo's about daily tasks. Let me do this for the group. Let me do this. Let me help them get organized. And then, it's time to start letting that go. It's time to start letting that go. You always going to have Virgo sitting in your 11th house. But ask yourself those questions. What have I had enough of? It's okay to let it go. There's a lot of Virgos that I'm gonna tell y'all something. Virgo energy is probably one of the number one signs of burnout. Really, it's kind of all of the earth signs because they hold it down for everybody. But Virgo, oh my God, that's one of the top signs for burnout, especially depending on what house you have Virgo in. Okay. Why? Because you always want to make sure you're doing the best you can for everybody. You want to make sure everybody is as good as they can be if you got anything to say or do about it. But you also worry about that. Oh man, what are they going to think about me? What are they going to think about? If Matt got a Virgo in the 11th house, think about what a challenge it would have been for me to come on camera with an ankh on when that's something that most people, if they're not walking the spiritual path, can't understand. What is that symbol? Man, what are they going to think about me? But God showed me the dream and the vision that this was something, an energy device that I wore in other realms, in other times. And he's trying to bring me back, trying to bring me back in line, trying to wake me up and remind me of who I am. But man, if they're gonna say something about me, I better not do that. Where would I be? I'm just using that for an example. It's time to let it go. Time to let it. What is draining me? Virgo's always doing something. So what is draining me? What is affecting my health negatively because I can't let it go? Let that go. Let that go. All right. If you got Virgo in your 11th house, it's time for you to start dialing back some of that group activity so you can work on your own passions. What's important to you? What am I passionate about? What are the things I want to see appear in my life from the heavenly realms? That Pisces energy. Okay. And last but not least, 143:20. If you have Virgo in your 12th house, that is the house, the bridge between heaven and earth. Okay. Maybe it is time for you to let go of. It's time for you to kind of reground yourself and get back away from that, because that if you got Virgo in your 12th house, which is naturally ruled by Pisces, that can be. Let me give it to you 100. Let me keep it 100 for y'all, okay? Because with the North Node moving into Pisces, not only is the North Node activating any planets that you have in the sign of Pisces, or what signs or what house you have Pisces sitting in, it is also activating the 12th house, because Pisces is the natural ruler of the 12th house. So this is where it can get tricky, because Pisces is actually activating your 12th house where you have Virgo sitting in it. But it's also activating your 6th house because you have Pisces sitting in the 6th house. So that you have to play that balancing act. You have to balance your daily task. Pisces is giving you some visions on ways that you can be more organized. Okay? That's that. If you got Virgo in your 12th, you got Pisces in your 6th. So the North Node is activating your 6th house of daily routines. Is giving you spiritual information. You're getting downloads about your health. Okay? You're getting downloads about how you can be more organized. Okay? You're getting downloads about daily tasks, ways that you can manage tasks better. So you should be moving away from things that might make you tired in the 12th house. But guess what? The North Node is activating your 12th house as well. So you might just be Superman. You might just be Superwoman. You might just be Superman, Superwoman during this season. Okay? Because technically speaking, what can pull you back? And we're doing this real time, y'all. We're doing this real time. I didn't preview. I'm going off. I'm shooting from the hip. If you got Virgo sitting in your 12th house, that means you have Pisces in your 6th. And the North Node is going to activate that 12th house. It's also going to activate your 6th house, because you got Pisces in the 6th, but the 12th house is naturally ruled by Pisces. So you might be all right, actually. You might be all right. But even still, if there's any 12th house activity that's making you tired, I would say find that balance. You might let it go. You might let it go for a week and then might get recharged. Okay? You're going to go through this constant. Okay? So I did that for a reason. The divine inspiration just hit me. I know why I did that. If you've got Virgo sitting in your 12th house, family, just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. You're gonna get divine. You're gonna get a special set of divine instruction because you have the North Node in Pisces really, truthfully activating 2 houses. Even though your South Node is in Virgo, because it's in the house that's being activated by the North Node, you might just be all right. Okay, just breathe. Just breathe. If there's something that you're tired of, if there's something you feel like you need to let it go, don't hold on to it. Let it go. If the North Node reactivates it, you're going to get fresh energy regarding it anyway. You're going to get a download showing you how to pick it up. If you're getting tired of it, you got Virgo in your 12th house, Pisces in your 6th, and you're getting tired of maybe spirituality. Maybe you feel like there's some aspect of spirituality that you're tired of. Maybe you're like, Lord, I just want to go to sleep. I don't want no messages coming from divine. And I don't, can you tell my ancestors to leave me alone for 48 hours? Can I get a 48-hour moratorium on downloads while I sleep? Since time don't exist where you guys are anyway, and time is finite to this realm that goes with these finite bodies, can you just give me, it ain't going nowhere where you are. Can I get a 48-hour break? It's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you. All right. If you're tired, let it go. Because guess what? If it needs to be reactivated, it's going to be reactivated on autopilot. And you're going to get a fresh surge of energy. And you're going to wake up and be like, why did I ever want to let that go? So don't worry about it if you got Virgo in your 12th house and Pisces in your 6th. The North Node is already activating your 6th house of daily task, routine, Virgo. So the very Virgo energy that we've been sitting here through 11 houses telling folks how to move away from, you basically got a commuter job, okay? You taking commuter flights. You ain't taking no 9-year journey. You taking commuter flights. You gonna get up at 7:30 in the morning, catch a plane, go do your work. You're gonna be back at 7:30 at night and go to sleep and get up and do it again in a couple days, all right? So that's my advice to you if you got Virgo sitting in the 12th house. Think about a firefighter, all right? A lot of them do 1 day on, 2 days off or something like that. So you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. 1 day you're gonna be on, the next day you're gonna be off, the next day you're gonna be back on. So that is Virgo through the Virgo South Node through the 12 houses, okay? Through the 12 houses. Let me look at, by the way, if you're in here and you have not done so already, please hit that like button. It helps the channel out greatly. So thank you all. So that is Virgo through the houses. I am going to read some comments, and then I'm going to read that Ecclesiastes passage again, because we need to know that the North Nodes are about the seasons of our lives. It's not the winter, spring, summer, fall, that we heard the group Levert sing back in the day. We're not talking about that, all right? Winter, spring, summer, fall, I'll give you my all, plenty of love. We're not doing that. all right? We're talking about the seasons of our lives that move in 9-year cycles, okay? And not really 9-year cycles from 1 year to from the sign back to that sign again. But technically speaking, we moving through each sign, each North Node sign is activating each different house every 18 months. We're in that Pisces North Node activation. So we're talking about things that we are moving away from, that we should be moving away from, and letting it get smaller and 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 smaller in that rearview mirror. Okay. All right. So let me check these comments, and then we're gonna get ready to get out of here, family. All right. Let's see. All right. So Prayer said, yep, been enmeshed in family caregiving for 10 plus years, felt guilty saying no to helping out all the time. Hey, that's what the season you were in, Prayer. That is the season. So I'm glad this video, it sounds like you got something from this video. I'm glad it helped. I know it definitely helped me. It definitely helped me. Barbara says, hey, you nailed it, Virgo in the first house. Thank you, Barbara. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Prayer said, even saw a Hermit tarot card blow into my yard. Wow. Hermit, that's Virgo energy. That's Virgo energy. Okay. Wow, that's funny. That blew into your yard. That ain't random. Wow. Beauty of Core Physics said, yes, Barb, sounds like a lot of change. Allie said, late Matt. Hey, what's up, Allie? Allie, you can go back and catch up. This is gonna be a good one. This is definitely a good one you want to check out. Let's see. Beauty of Core Physics said, that's me. Okay. Barb, this is so on. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, it's been a real struggle. The fires are keeping me from getting to work. Wow. Hang in there, fam. Hang in there. Mistress Forgiveness said, even though I still don't know half of any of the deep things you be speaking to us, kindly in love and our ignorance, we can understand simple terms to be like, get it in the ark and close the door. Yep, that's true. That's true. And Mistress says, we may be dumb still, but we know you have our best interest at heart. It'll come to you. It will definitely come to you, Mistress Forgiveness. I got, you know what, y'all? This is, you know what I'm thinking? What I'm thinking I really ought to do, because this is really talking about the, I got quite a few videos I did on North Node. For those of you that don't understand it, I think what I probably ought to do after this video, probably tomorrow, just so I'm not, up late doing anything. I took a lot of that stuff off my public YouTube and set it to Patreon only. But I think what I need to do, honestly, to be honest with y'all, I haven't had enough Patreon activity to justify keeping it there. So I think what I want to do, y'all, is at least pull those node videos back. I got several videos, probably at least 4 or 5 or 6 videos I did talking about the nodes. You will definitely understand. You can go back and watch this video after watching those. You'll understand it a lot better. So I'm going to do that, y'all. I'm going to tomorrow. I'll make it a point to make those videos public again, and then you guys can go through my astrology playlist and look at the node videos, and that will definitely help you out. So, thank you, Mistress. Thank you. See, you're gonna have me cheesing on here. You're gonna have me cheesing on there. You all right. You're gonna have my ears going back. All right. I appreciate that, Mistress. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I will do that for you guys. And let me end this let me end the way I began it. I'm going to read that passage from Ecclesiastes again, because you need to understand that we need to understand in life that there's a season for everything. All right? Okay? North Node is the season that's the season for the new. South Node is the season for the old. It's time to let it go. Okay? She said, yes, please read it again. I'm going to do it right now. So let's do it. Let's do that, y'all. Let me bring this up, and then I'll read any final comments, and we'll get off of here. And again, if you have a Bible app, y'all, normally I'm in StreamYard, and I can put this up on the screen for y'all to read along. But I went straight YouTube tonight, so that's why I don't have it on the screen. So you guys can, if you got a Bible app, just open it up, and you'll be fine. All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And I'm reading this from the King James Version for anybody just coming in. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. All right? That was Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. Why is that important for this particular video tonight? Because the North Node in Pisces is a time to dream. And with the North Node in Pisces, that means the South Node is in Virgo. So if we were to do those in terms of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, from now until about mid 2026 is a time to dream and a time to see visions. All right? A time to dream, a time to see visions, a time to expand. Pisces in traditional astrology, Pisces is ruled by the planet of Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. So in this Pisces North Node season, depending on what house you have Pisces in, it is a time to dream big, and a time to chase after your visions, and a time to expand. But with Virgo in that South Node, that rearview mirror, it's a time North Node in Pisces is a time to dream, a time to allow yourself to daydream, to have visions and expand. It's also a time to ease up on those daily tasks. Don't be so grounded that you can't dream and imagine. That's what the North Node in Pisces is all about. We looked at it from the opposite perspective tonight. We looked at it from the South Node perspective. The South Node is a time to examine and look at things that no longer serve us and start to let go of some of those things. Virgo, that sometimes those are tough things to let go of because Virgo energy always cares what people think about it. But Virgo energy always cares what somebody might say about it or what somebody is saying about it. Okay? Virgo cares about the details. Pisces doesn't care about the details. A Pisces is going to say, hey, I want to go climb Mount Everest. Let's go. What's the basics I need? Okay? Let me go get a Sherpa. This Sherpa is going to tell me everything I need. The Virgo, they never going to get there because they're like, okay, we got to think about the weather. We got to think about food. We got to think about the material that's going to be on the tent. We got to think about the sleeping bag. And before you know it, they've missed their season to get onto. Now, I'm not saying that you absolutely need those things. But if you're in a season where you just need to just go, you ain't got time for all of that. You did that for the last 9 years. And that stuff can be draining. The Most High is telling you that in this season, be the Fool card in the tarot. Just throw caution to the wind. Be smart. Don't be stupid. But listen for the instruction coming from the divine. The North Node in Pisces, I told y'all this back in the middle of 2024 when I was doing my 2025 predictions. I said, y'all, with this North Node moving into Pisces, Pisces is the bridge between heaven and earth. We're going to start to get more and more communication from the spirit realm. Okay? If you high vibrational, you're going to get high vibrational messages from high vibrational beings. If you're low vibrational, be careful because the spirit realm has high vibrational energy and low vibrational energy. All right? So if your vibrations are low, you're attracting low vibrational entities and the portal is open. This bridge between heaven and earth is open for the next 18 months, y'all. This is why now more than ever, it's important to keep your emotions in a high vibrational frequency range. Because what you are going to attract from the spirit, from the other side, with your emotions being at a high vibrational frequency range, it's going to set your world. You are going to get some things that you dreamed of it, but you never knew if you were going to get it. You just never knew if you're like, am I really going to get this? God about to blow somebody's mind. The Most High is about to blow somebody's mind. Spirit is about to blow somebody's mind. The universe is about to blow somebody's mind. The universal I am presence is about to blow somebody's mind because you have been patient and you've dreamed and you never let go of that dream. And that dream is for something that is high vibrational, that's going to lift your emotions and keep them in a high vibrational range. And you about to get your mind blown because you did not see it coming. Remember, I just read that scripture for you. He said, as high as the heavens are from the earth, that's how high my thoughts are from yours. So what you thought you was going to get, you got no idea. That's because you did not let go of your vision. And now is the season for that vision to be activated because the North Node has moved into the sign of Pisces, which is the bridge between heaven and earth. So you got an 18-month portal open that you're going to see all kind of spiritual energy pouring through. Just take a look around you and see what's going on in the world. It's needed. It is needed. But my caution to you is this. Don't be in no sadness energy right now. Don't be in no fear energy right now. Don't be in no low freaking vibrational emotions because what you're going to attract through that portal is some stuff that you don't want to see. All right? So keep your vibe. If there's something that's making you unhappy, figure out what it is and deal with it so that you can get happy again. That's why I've been telling y'all for the last 4 or 5 years, turn that mother freaking news off. There's next to nothing good coming through that TV set. All right? Next to nothing good. Worry, fear. This is coming. They're going to do this. They ain't going to do jack to me. You'll never hear me. People be talking about, man, they trying to move us all on the bit. Like, y'all, I'm in a different reality. Y'all know we're seeing a reality split right now. We're seeing a reality split, and we're also seeing a convergence of worlds. Some of y'all are coming online with your with the higher version of you. Some of y'all are coming online right now with the version of yourself that exists in the higher realms. And some of y'all are getting further and further away from it. Why? Because low vibrational energy wants to pull you down and high vibrational energy wants to pull you up. Ain't no such thing as the lower version of yourself is your body. The higher version of yourself is the self that exists in the higher realms. It is the pure version of you. That pure version of you, we come here to this earth to bring our lower selves in line with our higher selves so that we can walk as gods in the flesh. Bet you never heard anybody tell you that. That's how you beat the game. You beat the game by bringing your lower self in alignment with your higher self. That's how you beat the game. Imagine walking around in earth with God mode. Imagine all of your spiritual sensitivities being activated. And you're basically all knowing, but in the flesh. You know what you could do with that? That's beating the game. But you can't do it if you're constantly in low vibrational emotion. Why? I say this all the time. Y'all, we in bonus time. I'm done. I say this all the time. We attract at the level at which we vibrate. So always check your emotions. The longer you spend in an emotional vibrational frequency range, the more you are telling the universe, I like where I am. Send me more stuff to keep me in this emotion. You're in the emotion of sadness. You're sitting there, man, the sky's falling. The sky's falling. All you're going to see is stuff that keeps you in that vision of the sky falling. You see these people that's happy all the time. You know why they're happy all the time? Because they're happy all the time. That sounds too basic, isn't it? Doesn't it? It's true. The people who are happy all the time, they're happy all the time because they're happy all the time. The people who are sad all the time, they're sad all the time because they're sad all the time. Those are the people that attract low vibrational things like sickness. People who are high vibrational, if they get sick, they ain't down long. They back up 24, 48 hours. They ain't down long. It's their body learning how to beat something. Some people who get over one thing, they right back at the doctor again, back at the doctor again, back at the doctor again. Nobody's telling you you need to raise your emotional vibrational frequency, because when you do that, it makes your body resistant to things that are of a low vibrational nature. Check your emotions at all times. I attract at the level at which I vibrate. If I'm in the energy of contentment, I'm going to attract more things that keeps me content, that keep me content. If I'm if I'm vibrating at the love frequency, that's all I'm gonna see, and that's all I'm gonna radiate. If I'm vibrating at the hatred frequency, I'm going to keep attracting things into my life that keep me in that hatred frequency. I hate this. I hate that. I hate that person. I hate that person. I hate dogs. I hate cats. I hate. And guess what else you're attracting? You get back what you put out. So now all this hate you putting out is coming back to you. Somebody hates you. But when you always radiate in love, guess what you get back? And then here come the haters. Man, why everybody love her? Why everybody love him? It's because that's what he puts out. It's because that's what she puts out. So she's getting it back. Don't be jealous of them. How about you try it on for size? You have the ability to do the same thing. You can put love out too. You wonder why somebody nasty to you? It's because you're putting out nasty. Stop putting out nasty and you won't get people being nasty. I'm not saying people ain't going to never be nasty. Every now and then, some entity's going to come along to try you. But all that's going to do is just show you how tough your armor is. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I learned that. I studied that already. Can y'all tell I watched a lot of Bruce Lee movies growing up? Anyway, that's all I'm saying, y'all. Some people always down in the dump. Some people always got something wrong with them. It's because they don't know that's the frequency they're vibrating at. So that's what they're attracting. Some people, they always smiling. When you happy all the time, when you vibrating high, it makes you look younger. They're like, how in the world that person, this age, you lying about your age. Let me see your driver's license. You lying. You know why? It's because that heart chakra is the biggest, that is the most powerful chakra you got in your body. That's that feminine heart chakra. It's the most powerful one you got. That's the center of your emotions. So whatever you're radiating out, you attract back. Whatever you're radiating out, you attract back. Some people got butterflies come up to them, land on their hand. You ever see a butterfly land on a raging heathen? No. So anyway, family, let me read some comments and get up out of here. All right. I appreciate y'all tonight. Let's see. What we got here? What we got here? Let's see. You're amazing. Thank you so much, Beauty of Core Physics. Thank you. Allie, thank you so much. Beauty Core said you were so point on. Thank you so much. She said, yes, please read it again. Okay, got that part. You're my new favorite. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. She said, I love your analogies. Thank you so much. Thank you. I used to sing this song on the radio. Really? Wow. Okay. Okay. I like that. You got some of your music on your channel? If so, I'd love to check it out. Put a thumbs up in there if you got some of your singing on your channel. I'd love to see it. Let's see. Prayer said it's time. Fair Use TV. What's up, Fair Use? Thank you. She said great lessons as always. Fan, much love. Thank you. Let's see. Beauty Core Physics said, and your thoughtful wisdom. Thank you so much. I said yes. Thank you. Love the driving backwards analogy. Really helped because don't know much about the nodes. It'll come to you. It'll come to you. Anything you want to know in this season, if you want to know it, we're in this season where it's gonna come to you. So you're gonna be fine on that, beauty of core. Finally, not gloom and doom. I mean, I need the reality, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like you gotta shift your focus. Remember that saying that says, where attention goes, energy flows. Okay, and where energy is flowing, it creates a circuit. It creates a circuit. So if you send energy out this way, it comes back this way. It's a circuit. Think about those diagrams of the atoms. You got that proton spinning this way, that electron spinning this way, and then that neutron. It's the same thing. Whatever you putting back, whatever you putting your attention on, that's what you're gonna get back. That's what you're gonna get back. She said, I just want to thank you for giving me the hunks. I'm not sure what that is. Make like Bruce. That's funny. That's funny. That's my motto when I'm about to lose it. That's funny. Thank you for doing this tonight. Listen, it's my pleasure. All right, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's been a good one. I'm gonna go back and watch it because I believe it or not, y'all, I learn stuff when I go back and watch this. Sometimes I'm in the zone and I hear it, but I don't hear it. And when I work back, I'm like, oh, I write it down. I told y'all this stuff flows through me. It doesn't come from me. It comes through me. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to the Most High for choosing me to be a vessel in this season. And I'm glad y'all give me a lot of joy by letting me know that the wine is good. All right. That the wine is good and y'all ain't getting drunk off of it. All right. But if you get drunk off of it, just go to sleep. All right. Don't go nowhere. Just go to sleep. All right. So that's all I got, family. If you haven't done so on the way out, please hit that thumbs up button for me if you enjoyed this video and share it with one person that you think would benefit from it. I will definitely remember. I'll write this down. Tomorrow, I'm just going to go and make some of those node videos that I did in the past public again. It's the season that we're in. I ain't worried about any of the other stuff. So thank you guys. And listen, if you're new to the channel and you like being educated, uplifted, inspired, entertained, hit that subscribe button and make sure that your notification bell is set to all so that you'll be notified when I drop new content. All right. And once you set that notification bell, once you set that notification bell, you subscribe for this channel, make sure you check your subscription status every couple of days because I'm hearing too many people saying that they're not getting these notifications. So that's what I got for y'all, family. I'll end this one like I end them all. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. All right. Love is a verb. It's a noun as well. But when we put our focus and attention on the verb, which is showing love, the noun, which is the state of being of love, it always takes care of itself. All right. And that is exactly why these dark forces in this realm are trying to push down this divine feminine energy of love because they know when you're showing love, there's going to be love. All right. When you shine your light, there is light. And this is why they're always showing you something dark so that you'll be in the energy of creating the dark world for them because they really, I'm going to tell y'all something before I end this video. These forces of darkness that's been running this planet for a while, they don't have the ability to create. They use your ability to create. They don't have the ability to create. All right. What's that scripture in Psalms 82? It said, and I said, you are gods. A God has the ability to create. They're not gods, but they got us tricked into thinking that they are. And by us thinking that they are, we have made them that. Right? So they use your creation ability to create the dark things, the low vibrational things that they want by showing them to you. And then what do? You get on the phone, you get on your text message, you get on the internet or whatever, and you start sharing dark stuff. That's how they create a dark world. They show you something dark, get you to bring your vibrations down, and then you going and you showing it to other people. It's time to shine light. It's time to shine light. You shine that by showing love. The more you show love, the more there will be love, right? That's how that works. And the more love there is, the more darkness is driven away from the planet. Y'all, we're going to drive it straight out of here. We ain't leaving them no room. We ain't leaving them no room. It ain't going to be no, okay, we're going to banish the darkness to this island over here. Nah, we're going to turn this whole realm into light. It ain't going to be no darkness here. Once the whole realm is light, there's no more darkness. That's the mission, y'all. That's the mission. That's the mission. All right? I love you guys. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You got to show it. Love is a verb. It's a noun as well. But when we focus on the verb, the noun takes care of itself. Y'all be well. I don't know if I'm going to go live again this weekend, but I know not to say I won't, because the Most High could give me a new inspiration, and I'll be putting that announcement out that I'm going live. So y'all always stay tuned for it. Check the channel. Share the video with one person that you think would benefit from it. And that's all I got, family. Love you guys. Peace. Thank everybody. Thank you to everybody that showed up tonight. And if you're watching this on demand, thank you for clicking on this video. I love you guys. Peace.